more. We got to have more possessions. We got to limit offensive boards. We got to like to boot.
Listen, it don't count, man. But you can show this all day. Hey, I mean, it didn't count.
This is what they pay to see.
Morant, first to speed, and hammers it down.
In the NBA, the crown isn't just given, it's taken. But what happens when you simply leave the throne unattended? In 2022, the league belonged to Ja Morant. He was the heir, apparent to Allen Iverson and Derrick Rose. He was the most electrifying athlete on the planet, a walking highlight reel that generated billions of views. He had the shoes, the swagger, and the keys to the kingdom. But while Ja was busy chasing a lifestyle that didn't belong to him, a silent assassin from the north was busy perfecting a game that would eventually erase his legacy. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander didn't just improve, he systematically dismantled the hierarchy of the Western Conference. He didn't just win games. He took Ja Morant's endorsements, he took his All-NBA spots, and he took his title as the next face of the league. This isn't just a story about basketball. This is a story about a heist. This is how Shai Gilgeous-Alexander effectively stole Ja Morant's career while the world was looking the other way. 3 o'clock to 10 o'clock, the myth of the untouchable Ja. To understand what was stolen, we have to remember what was lost. 2 years ago, if you asked any GM in the league who they would start a franchise with, the answer was almost always Ja Morant. He wasn't just a player, he was a cultural phenomenon. The Memphis Grizzlies weren't just winning, they were grittying on the faces of their opponents. They were the team that nobody wanted to see in the playoffs. Ja was the head of that snake. He was averaging 27, 6, and 7, and he was doing it with a ferocity we hadn't seen since a young Russell Westbrook. Nike handed him the keys. The Ja 1 was the most anticipated signature shoe release in years. The NBA was marketing him as the successor to LeBron James and Steph Curry. He was the chosen one, but there was a flaw in the foundation, a flaw that would soon become a canyon. While Ja was becoming a superstar, he forgot that the super part only works if you're actually on the court. 10 o'clock to 18 o'clock, the self-inflicted wounds and the shadow. Then came the darkness. We aren't going to spend 30 minutes talking about Instagram Live or the incidents in Colorado. We all know what happened, but what we don't talk about is the timing. While Ja Morant was serving a 25-game suspension, while he was recovering from a season-ending shoulder surgery, the NBA didn't stop. The fans didn't wait. The league is a business that hates a vacuum. They needed a new young guard to market. They needed someone who was safe, someone who was elite, and someone who was consistently available. Enter Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. While Ja was making headlines for all the wrong reasons, Shai was in Oklahoma City turning a rebuilding team into a juggernaut. Shai is the polar opposite of Ja. Where Ja is loud, Shai is quiet. Where Ja is explosive, Shai is methodical. Where Ja is the problem, Shai became the solution. The controversy started when the All-NBA ballots came out. Suddenly, the spot that was reserved for Ja Morant for the next decade was occupied by a 6'6" Canadian kid with a mid-range jumper that felt like a cheat code. Shai didn't just take the spot, he made us forget why Ja was even there in the first place. Let's get into the uncomfortable truth that Memphis fans don't want to hear. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is a better basketball player than Ja Morant ever was. Check the tape. Ja relies on gravity-defying athleticism. It's beautiful, it's violent, but it's fragile. One bad landing and the season is over. Shai plays a slow-mo game. He manipulates space. He's one of the best perimeter defenders in the league. Something Ja has never even attempted to be. In 2024, SGA finished top 3 in MVP voting. He led the youngest team in history to the #1 seed in a brutal Western Conference. He's averaging 30 points on nearly 55% shooting. Those are Michael Jordan numbers. The theft happened when the casual fans stopped asking, when is Ja coming back? And started asking, is SGA the best guard in the world? Shai didn't just replace Ja on the court. He replaced him in the hearts of the fans. The endorsement deals that were supposed to go to Ja, they are going to Shai. The primetime TV slots, they belong to OKC now. So, where does this leave Ja Morant? He's back now, but the world looks different. The Western Conference is no longer his playground. It's Shai's world, and Ja is just living in it. Every time Ja dunks, we compare it to a Shai game winner. Every time Ja talks trash, we look at Shai's composure. The career that was mapped out for Ja, the multiple MVPs, the face of Nike, the king of the West, that map has been redrawn. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander didn't cheat. He didn't sabotage Ja. He simply showed up when Ja didn't. He took the opportunity and he slammed the door shut. In the history books, we will look back at this era and realize that Ja Morant didn't lose his career to injuries or scandals. He lost it to a better player who was waiting in the shadows. Ja Morant is a superstar, but Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is a standard. And in the NBA, the standard always wins.